Should we do the Matt Mitchum? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cruise Talk Live with myself, Josh. Joining me tonight, guys, we got the windows full. That is right. We've got the man with the Disney plan joining us, Mr. Peter, here with us tonight. Also joining us tonight, the ever-stunning, the ever-beautiful Miss Mama Hocum here. And, folks, he is here. The man, you know, it's his birthday coming up, and not only is it's birthday, Father's Day is coming up. It is Papa Hocum also joining us tonight. One big family here, and we're so excited to talk all things cruising with you, all things travel tonight. So a very big welcome to you. If it is your first time here, allow me to personally welcome you. My name is Josh. Welcome to the channel. Normally, in a normal world, we do all things cruising, all things fun and travel and adventure around here. But of course, good old Rona has prevented that for the last couple of months now. But we are still rocking it out, still having a good time with you guys, talking all things cruising, all things travel, and all things fun. And I hope that in the coming weeks, I'm gonna have some different kind of adventures and fun for you. Because unfortunately, guys, as you may have seen by the title, if you're here for it, we'll go ahead and talk about it. I don't know that we're gonna be cruising in 2020. You know, if you'd have asked me that four months ago, I maybe would, you know, I would have said you're crazy. I'd have been like, there's no way we're definitely cruising in 2020. If you'd have asked me that last week, in fact, a lot of you guys did ask me that last week, I would have said, you're crazy. We're cruising in 2020. If you asked me that today, I don't know. I really don't know. And so that is kind of the topic of tonight's discussion. I want to go around the house here. I want to go around the chat with you guys and chat it up and see exactly what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Is 2020 cruising going to happen? I personally hope so, because at this time, I've still got one more cruise on the books for 2020. A bunch of us do that are in the chat tonight. I see so many of our friends are in here tonight. You know, we do have that Carnival Panorama cruise coming up in October, the end of October. But unfortunately, Peter and myself, we received the devastating news yesterday. It's honestly quite comical. I put it up on my Facebook post today if you guys are following me over on Facebook. Oh, thank you, Sarah the Arcader, for subscribing. And I know we got a super chat we're going to jump to in just a second, but if you follow me on Facebook, I put it up there today. It's quite comical. This is the quickest that I have booked a cruise and got it canceled ever. I don't think it's ever been any shorter than exactly 6 days, which is what it was. We booked...
and it was like, yay, I'm cruising! Dang, I'm not.
Dang, I'm not. Again, yeah, no. Peter convinced me last Wednesday about... What time was it, buddy? I mean, it had to be like... what, 4 o'clock or something that we booked it? I mean, it was late in the afternoon, I think, yeah. And he convinced me to do it. I was like, you know what, you're right, Peter. Like, we got all the information from Norwegian about the health and safety protocols from them. They're updating, you know, cleaning measures and everything like that. And I felt confident enough to rebook the Norwegian Sky. And then yesterday, we got this, what you're seeing on the screen. This is the official cancellation letter from Norwegian Cruise Line. I won't read the whole thing to you because you know, it's on screen, so you can just pause the video if you would like to read it. Maybe you haven't seen it yourself, but it basically says that as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to impact communities around the globe, and given the travel and port restrictions in various parts of the world, we have further suspended voyages as follows. And then it basically breaks it down, guys. The news is essentially all Norwegian cruises canceled August 1st to August 31st, and then all Norwegian cruises canceled September 1st to September 30th, with the exception of the 2 Seattle-based ships. I think it's the Joy and the Bliss. It says it right there in the article, but they are hoping that they can work a deal with Alaskan port mayors and officials to resume cruising then. But honestly, I don't know. You know, at this point, I really don't know, and I think a lot of, you know, us cruise influencers and travel influencers, we've all pretty much come to the same solution. Everybody's like, hey, Josh, when is cruising going to start up? When do you think? And you know what? I don't know. I do not know. I really thought last week, with us receiving the enhanced safety protocols from Norwegian, the Norwegian's peace of mind, sail-safe, flexible booking, as they called it. You see it right there. It's got enhanced screening protocols, increased sanitation measures, all new air filtrations, responsible social distancing, enhanced medical resources, and extended ship-to-shore safety. When we got all of that news, I think all of us, and I mean, Mama Hocum, did you feel that Norwegian was probably set to resume in August?
I know Norwegian was at least putting it to the public more than any other cruise line has, that, saying we want to.
Right.
I mean, Carnival, Carnival is putting it out there, we miss you, we want to be back, and all this stuff. But no other cruise line has put out there what their plan is.
Right. And I think that, by us getting that, I was like, okay, they're releasing what we can expect when we get on board, kind of. It's not super detailed, but it was a rough plan. And I was like, man, this is it. Like, okay, we're starting back in August. And now we're not. And then on top of that, last week, I think it was literally like Thursday, maybe, the article came out. The CEO of Carnival Cruise Lines did an interview where he basically said that Carnival saying that they plan to resume August 1st was the, I forget what they said it, but basically it boiled down to it was the smartest mistake they had ever made. That's what they wanted to call it. It was the smartest mistake they had ever made because although it gave people extreme confidence that they were resuming August 1st, which is not what they wanted to portray, it showed the corporation and the cruise line and the execs and the marketing personnel and all that folks are ready. Folks are ready to rebook because the second that they said that, bookings skyrocketed. For cruise bookings, not just for Carnival, but for Royal and for Norwegian and several other of the brands. So it showed the execs, like they said, it was the best mistake that they had ever made because it ultimately got people booking again, which now they may have to end up canceling on again. But it showed them that folks have not strayed away from cruising. They haven't written it off as a vacation. They're still excited and ready to return to the sea when when it's possible. So that
my
is
thoughts on that, though, Josh, is I've said this before. And, as much as people want to book, and I mean, myself, Papa Hocum, all of us included, we want to book. But no one is going to be allowed to book until the CDC says so.
Right. And I think that is, when people are looking for answers as to when they can expect cruising to resume, that is really, at least for the U.S., that is what is going to be the answer, the telltale, whatever you want to call it. It is, I think it's when the CDC deems it safe. Yeah. And one more punch in the gut for you, for those of you that were planning to cruise in the coming weeks or whatever. The CDC actually put out an article, I believe it was as early as yesterday, basically saying that cruising is not quite ready to resume. I want to jump to this super chat before we get too far, and I want to thank you so much. The chat is rolling tonight. We have got tons of friends in the house. Thank you so much to each and every one of you that's joined. We're definitely going to jump over into the chat in just a minute, okay? For those folks that are just here for the news, I want to get the news out, and then we can have a good old family meeting. We've also got some Royal Caribbean trivia coming up for you a little bit later on in tonight's show, so make sure that you stick around for that. And one more time, if you have not already subscribed, guys, make sure it takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right down below for me and ding that notification bell. Like I said, it literally takes 2 seconds. It's going to keep you the most up to date with everything that we've got going on right here on Cruise with Josh, okay? But I want to say a big special thank you to Mackenzie Green. Here's Anchor, our noisemaker for tonight, Anchor the Pig. Mackenzie Green, a $25. Wow, Mackenzie, right out of the gate, baby. Thank you so much for that. A $25 super chat. She says, "Hi, Josh. Hubby and I are supposed to be sailing to Hawaii, in April 2021. Think it will happen, LOL. Thanks for creating this cruise family we can all be a part of. Sailing or not, no better cruise vlog." Thank you. Much love to you, my dear. I so appreciate your kind words. I appreciate your support of the channel tonight. For Hawaii, baby, I hope. I think you've honestly got a better chance for Hawaii because it's in the U.S. It's still part of the United States of America, It's not like you're heading to a small Caribbean island. It's a U.S. island with U.S. taxes and things like that. So I'm not saying that you're out of the woods. Definitely not by any means. But I think you got a better shot than like a Bahamas cruise or something like that. I mean, you guys chime in. Peter, what do you think? How do you think our chances?
That's
2021.
Well, so is she? Was it a cruise to Hawaii, or was she just going to Hawaii?
I think
Cruise to Hawaii.
Yeah, she's sailing to Hawaii.
A cruise to...
Is it out of Long Beach or is it out of Oahu? That's a question.
Yeah. If you're doing a Hawaiian exclusive cruise, maybe. I don't know if it's going from Long Beach. That's the other thing, is California is on like a completely different schedule right now, which is why it begs the, raises the hair on my arms a little bit. Yeah, and the red flags, because we are supposed to be sailing out of California. Papa Hocum, what do you think? What do you think about Hawaii for April of 2021? Because something special is happening for you and Mama Hocum next year, and you're looking to go maybe May of 2021 to Hawaii. Am I right?
Yes, we are. That's true. I'm not sure. It all depends on whether or not all this virus dies down. Depends on a lot of factors, like whether or not people develop immunities, whether they do develop a vaccine, if people start being more conscientious of hand washing, social distancing, and that kind of thing.
Sure.
It depends. We'll have to play it.
I'm just saying it better happen. I'm supposed to be getting a ring there.
Yes. And the reason we are going to be celebrating 25 years of marriage.
Woo! Oh, can we get
Which
the
is something,
confetti?
unfortunately, you don't hear a lot of, where people stay together 30, 40 years.
Yeah, and we're supposed to, and we even was planning over the weekend. Peter don't even know this. We was even there at the computer planning. I even took my iMac computer out to the gazebo, and we was out there planning Hawaii on Sunday, and we're probably going to do like a vow renewal on the beach.
Yeah, we're going to try that, and we're even trying to propose the idea to Josh about proposing under that romantic sunset. Good time to pop the question.
No.
But of course that's up to him and Lauren totally. But
if Lauren's on, she's probably going no.
But
no.
I mean, if the mood hits it.
Well, I hope she's not going no. I hope not.
But not in Hawaii.
No, not to get married in Hawaii, but romantic dinner.
Double ceremony.
The beach,
there you
go.
Okay, well, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and jump over to the live chat. Actually, we do have one more super chat, I think. Oh, two more. Oh! Two more super chats that came in. Thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you to everybody that subscribed. We also saw those notifications popping up on the screen. We've got a $10 super chat from Broke Cruisers. I like that name. They say, hey Josh, just want to say you're the reason I started my vlog. Thank you. We love you. Love the Broke Cruisers. Oh, that is so awesome. I really like your name. That is a pretty cool name, Broke Cruisers. Like, I feel like you could definitely do some budget-friendly tips and tricks and things like that with that name. Very, very cool. Thank you so much for your support tonight as well. We've also got, my dear, Robin Page Purdue. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat, love bug. I appreciate it. She says, cheers to Papa Hocum. I came late, but great surprise. Yes, Papa Hocum is joining us tonight. He got off work early. We're so happy to have him here with us. Guys, thank you so much for your support. If you want to be like those individuals and support the channel, you like what we're doing around here, there's several easy ways you can do that. Our moderators are going to post that right now in the chat, and I'm going to come over and welcome the chat, okay? But if you're considering donating monetarily, I would suggest PayPal over Super Chat. YouTube tends to take high fees for Super Chat, all right? Let's jump on over and see who all is in the house. I'm going to scroll all the way to the top, to the tippity top. And I want to say hello to the first person in the chat today was Jack F. Jack F. Literally, guys, I kid you not, I think it was less than 30 seconds from the time that, Jack, you must have like lightning fingers or something, because he was going. I mean, look at the size of this comment, and like I said, he had it in probably less than 30 seconds. He says, hope for my cruise in August, but I am not optimistic now the other lines have canceled. I know, Jack, I know it's so hard to tell. And like I said, if you were to ask me, even last week, I would have said, yeah, August is probably good. Now I honestly have no idea. We could cruise in August. We could cruise in July of 2021. I really don't. I hope it's not July of 2020. I hope we don't have to wait that long. My goodness, that would be bad. But it really could be. I mean, Mama,
Josh, it's looking so bad that it's going to be like back in my day where cruising meant get 4 people in a car and go up and down the boulevard. I mean, that's going to be the new definition.
Maybe
of
a trip.
cruising.
Maybe a trip to Walmart will be vacation. You know?
I mean,
and here
that's
starts
about
the
the only
dad
cruising
jokes.
people are going to get.
Right.
No,
right.
That's not, but I mean, that's the only cruising people are going to get, apparently.
Right. Right. You may not be wrong. I hope that you're wrong, but you may not be wrong.
I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong, though. Frank Mueller, the second person on my screen. We had many folks in there before then, so a big welcome to you. But as you know, YouTube, tends to jump the chat, so we've got to get going here. Frank, welcome to you, sir. I'm so happy to have you in the chat. We've also got Mama K, Deborah Less. Mama K got Anchor, a friend, and I don't have it with me, but it's another pig. Or no, it's a cow. I'm sorry. It's a cow. It makes a deep, deep, deep squeak of voice. It's quite cute, quite adorable. We've got Colin Stewart here with us tonight. Thomas Pittock, my good buddy. Oh my gosh. Look at a $50 super chat on screen right now. Thank you so much to Todd McMasters. There is Todd. He says, just booked Alaska for August of 2021 on Quantum of the Seas. Love listening to y'all. Put this to the ring, Josh. I got you, Todd. I will put it in my back pocket, buddy. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I'm so happy to have your company in the chat with us. We've also got Tracy Dees. Hello, Love Bug. I hope that you are well. We've got Vicky A joining us tonight. One of our patrons. Let me say a big special to all of our patrons. So many folks to welcome. So many great people here with us tonight, but each of our patrons, they pledge monthly, and they become some of our executive producers and social adventurers, and so I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of them, and one more group of people that we need to go ahead and give a round of applause to, that tonight's show would not be possible without, and that is, of course, our mod squad, the JH Mod Squad. Let's give it up for him. Your lead moderator on screen right now, Mr. Peter G himself. Give it up for Peter G, our lead moderator, guys. They are always doing such a fantastic job making sure that that chat stays family friendly and safe so those kiddos can watch, and so can Grandma, and we so do appreciate each and every one of them. I've got Ivan Rosero in the chat with us tonight. We've got Pia Broderick. Hello to you. Let's see. We've got Darrell Pillow. He says, my spring break and Memorial Day cruise got canceled. I'm done rebooking till ships are sailing. And you know what? I think I have to agree with that. I don't know. I really am going to need some concrete evidence and support, maybe like an official statement from the cruise lines, maybe something even from the CDC. But
I need to see people on the ship.
Well, I don't know if I want to go that far, because I want to be one of those people on the ship, but
I want to make sure, because even at that, think about this, Josh, they could let a first round of people go out,
mm-hmm.
and let's say, because we know, as people, not everyone that goes on a ship is as self-conscious, and sometimes they like to imbibe a little bit.
Okay.
And when they might not socially distance like they're supposed to and abide by the rules like they're supposed to, which could mean that then said they would have to shut the cruise back down. So I want to make sure that there is cruises sailing with people on them and that it keeps sailing.
Well, that sounds like a very, very Debbie Downer comment, Mama. We don't want to talk about them shutting them back down. We only want to talk about them bringing them back up.
I want to make sure it's cruising, but I want to make sure it stays cruising.
Sure. And it's safe.
That's what
it's
I'm
safe
saying.
is most important, I think. Yeah, it's got to be safe for sure. And I think it will be. Like I said, and I still stand by that. I don't, much like Norwegian put out, like I said with their NCL's Peace of Mind, I expect that we're going to see something like this that you're seeing on screen right now. I expect that we're going to see something like that pretty much from every single cruise line. They're going to have to let people know if they want people to have confidence in their brand and confidence in their business, and ultimately to give, thousands of dollars to them for a cruise vacation. They're going to have to make sure that people are aware of what's going to be taking place, what's going to be okay, what's not. Is there going to be some learning curves and some adjustments needed? Of course there is. But I feel that, like I said, these cruise lines, they already kind of got burned, if you will, once. I don't think they're going to want that to happen a second time.
I like Robin's comment. She commented to me. She said, I am 100% a drinker, but I have my scooter horn to honk when people come near.
That is great. That is a great comment. That is funny. That is really funny.
But
All right, we're going to go rapid.
Not everyone, like say, is as conscious as Robin. And I mean, I've been approached myself, not on a ship even on land, by people who may have, been too many times to the bar, and they come strolling down the street and they just put their arm around whoever they find.
Right. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead down through the comments. We're going to go a little bit rapid fire. I want to welcome as many folks as I can. So I want to say a big hello to James and Frank Thomas. We got Ray Frizzy, Alwison, Ow with a W, Allison 8807, welcome to you. Michelle Downey, good to see you tonight. There is Extra Magic, we have no idea who that is. Gloria Marcano, good evening to you. John Johnson, we've got Lori Porter here with us tonight. There's Colin once more. Gabriel Patterson, Sherry Dunsworth, Shauna Williams, always happy to see Shauna Williams here with us. Mark and Nicole cruise too much. Mark and Nicole, you are not cruising too much right now, love bugs. I wish that you were. I truly wish that you were. Oh man, I hate it for you. Daniel Pacific Vlogs here with us tonight. Robbie O'Malley, my Norwegian buddy. I know it stung for him too when we got the news yesterday. Trey Tipton here with us. Melissa Parker, Carrie Hoskinson, I think that's how you say that. Pia Broderick, Karen Carter, there's Tom one more time. We've got Vicky A, Ashley Rainersman, Angela S, Alicia Hocum with an L. Holcomb, Alicia Holcomb, very similar to
distant
Holcomb.
cousin.
Yeah, I like that.
Distant relative, if you trace it back to Scotland and England, several hundred years ago.
Sarah the Arcader here with us tonight. Karen Carter, oh my gosh, Cody P. So many awesome friends. Hani Skyers, it was Hani's birthday last week, so a late happy birthday to you, Hani. There's Scott Elliott with us. Oh my gosh, Jumbo Captain, Don Baxter, Darrell Moore, so many awesome friends, guys. If I haven't gotten to your comment, just drop it one more time. We're going to jump down to the live chat right now, if that is okay. And I believe we've also had, I saw Gary's in there as well. Hey, Gary, buddy. I think we've also had a couple PayPal. So let me jump over to PayPal and say some thank yous and some welcomes to those folks.
You got tissues out, right?
No, actually, I don't. Brad Jackson, our first PayPal of the night, a $5 PayPal from Brad Jackson. Let's see, did he say anything? He says, one of your newest fans, Benton, wanted me to tell you, he says hi. Well, hello, Benton. Thank you so much for the PayPal there, Brad. Benton, I hope that you're watching, buddy. If you are, it is so good to have you hanging out with us tonight. I hope that you're well, and I hope you have had a fantastic week. So one thing that I wanted to kind of ponder with you guys in terms, I'm going to back this up a little bit. One thing I wanted to ponder with you guys in regards to the cruise lines, has it been unfair for them? This is a question for the comments, and we're going to kind of go around the room here. Do you feel like it's been unfair? Has the CDC, I don't want to say picking on, that sounds like a very childish term, but has the qualifications been unfair for the cruise lines? Has it not been enough? What do you think? What do you feel? I'm leaning to it's almost becoming a little bit unfair because I haven't seen the CDC give specific guidelines to the cruise lines for reopening. I feel like the cruise lines have just kind of been thrown out into the deep water and expected to kind of figure out the treading part on their own, you know?
Well,
and sure, the heavy lifting is going to come on them.
This in there to you.
Well, hold on just a second. Sure, the heavy lifting is going to come on there, but, you know, is it to the point that they need to do it all themselves, or do they get guidance from the CDC? Because right now it just seems like the CDC is just kind of holding the hammer and saying, no, you know? They're just shutting the door.
Okay, from a nurse, let me just put it this way. You know, I mean, when it first exploded, where did it explode? Other than a nursing home, it exploded on a cruise ship. And you and I both know, and looking back, hindsight is always 20/20. Looking back now, we can see things that probably needed to be improved, i.e. stuff at the buffet. You know,
well, yeah, I think that could have happened way before this. I mean, just health and sanitation with buffets in general.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, because it happened and because of the nature of social media being what it is and seeing all these people, you know, stuck on the ships, getting coronavirus, being stuck there, not allowed to leave and everything like that, and seeing people who were stuck in rooms for days and not contacting with other people, still getting it, saying, oh, well, it must be in the ventilation system. Right. You know, they can't clear the cruise ships. It's not that I think it's unfair, but I think they have to go a step above
Mm-hmm.
to prove that they're safe for the public. Just
Right.
like, right now, nursing homes still do not allow, most nursing homes, I won't say all, most nursing homes and hospitals are still not allowing visitors because it's a closed environment.
I see.
So
Yeah,
kind of
that's
in
a very good
similar,
point.
kind of in a
Right,
similar sense.
it's an enclosed space, and that's I think where the delays are happening with cruising resuming is because it is a very enclosed space. Although many of our newest cruise ships, to date, their mission is to make them open and be one with the ocean and have an indoor-outdoor experience. Unfortunately, there's still a interior cabin is an interior cabin is an interior cabin is an interior cabin. At the end of the day, yeah, it's got the same ventilation system that the next one does, and the next one does, and the next one does. You know what I mean?
And I still am thinking also in the back of my mind, which of course goes along with Carnival the most. I'm not saying they all don't, but I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, yeah, let's do 6,000 people on the Mardi Gras and let's have a deck party.
Yeah. No.
How do you socially distance that? You don't.
Right.
But Josh, like she said, and this is coming from someone who else is a nurse also, I agree with her that things needed to be changed. But we, as a nation, as a people, country, whatever, should have been doing a lot of these things anyway, like covering your cough, washing your hands.
Right.
But you know how much right now, like Carnival, what is it, anywhere from $400 to $800 for a 7-day vacation?
Right.
If they only take half that many people, then to cover the cost, they are going to have to make that $400 to $800, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000.
Right.
And and how do you socially distance when you have 300 people in a dining room?
Right.
And all the tables, and like she said, the deck party. Or
well, I think
how do you do it?
I think that's what I'm talking about, and Peter, I want to hear your thoughts as well. But I think that's what I'm referencing when I say there's not been much guidance given, as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen much guidance in the way of what they are expecting from these cruise lines, and maybe that's it. Is the CDC is not expecting cruising to resume, and maybe they have communicated that to the cruise lines, and this is a whole nother trail that we can go off of. Cody Morris actually commented on my Facebook page today, and it resonated well. It resonated well with me. By the way, I see the PayPal and the Super Chat that have just come up. I promise I'm coming to them. I just want to get through this one point here. He said, I wish that the cruise lines would just go ahead and let us know exactly what they're thinking in terms of reopening, because it feels like to me, and I think many of you watching, that they know when they're going to reopen, or they know a rough date of when they're not reopening, and yet they're kind of just doing it a little bit at a time so they don't go bankrupt, or so they keep the bookings, or they keep their corporate level salaries or whatever. But the thing is, I can tell you, for me and Peter, it was very frustrating to have a cruise booked, to be excited, to get the flights rebooked for the third time, and then to unfortunately be canceled one more time. Now, some would say, well, Josh, that was immature and naive on your part. You shouldn't have booked that early. But
everyone else was.
Right. I could argue that, well, why shouldn't I? They were offering business. That's like saying that, oh, the business is open. I feel safe going to the business, but I'm not going to go to the business because everybody else isn't. Well, somebody has to. Yeah. Somebody's got to get the ball rolling.
Am I not going to go get a
exactly.
salad?
Exactly. So, if I feel like, that I can properly maintain social distancing and maintain my health and still, go on a cruise vacation and have a good time, then I think that, I should be able to book that. But then when I book that and the cruise line cancels on me a week later, it just is very frustrating. So, Peter, what do you think? Is it a lack of guidance from the CDC? Is it just that they're trying to, calm down the cancellations? What are you thinking?
I feel like also someone actually mentioned this too in the chat that they probably know that cruises might be canceled throughout 2020, but the stock prices honestly reflect.
I started to say that too.
If they say we're done for the rest of 2020.
Stock's going to go way down.
Yeah, they So I think that they're doing it, to keep the business afloat, but unfortunately it's kind of screwing over us as guests.
Right. Right.
And I think a lot of them actually do. I think a lot of them actually do want to have their family, the cruisers back, but they don't want to have them back, and then everybody gets sick again. And
because what PR is that?
Bad PR. But also, the media. God loves the media. The media only wants to show the bad thing. They don't want to show that they're doing this good. They only want to show that this 20 people was sick or whatever.
That's
and
very
that's
true.
just
If there's one worldly tip that I can give you guys, and I promise we are moving directly on from it, it would be to take it from a 22-year-old. You can take it for that, or you can take it as this big thing. But please do yourself a favor. Stop watching the news. Stop watching the news. Your day will go a lot better if you stop watching the news. It's
depressing and aggravating. And
even though we both watch the news, we want to see it, but I do it mainly just to keep up with the data.
Yeah, I would say stop watching. Maybe check it on your phone once a day, but try not to wrap yourself with it all day. The world will seem a lot scarier than it probably actually is. With that, we've got to jump and say the Super Chats and the PayPals are getting a little backed up here. I want to say a big thank you to several folks. First off, we've got Frank Mueller with a $50 PayPal. Thank you so much, Frank. That is awesome. He says, "Hey, Josh, hope your week is going well. Great to see Papa Hocum, and need to give a shout out to Michael Bagsis, who is working this evening delivering goods across the U.S. Oh, that is awesome.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you to Michael. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Michael is one of our truck drivers.
Thank you for that toilet paper you delivered to our Walmart. We finally got some. Thank you, Michael.
That's right. We've also got a $3 super chat here from Wade Henfield. He says, MSC has remained quiet, hopeful for my October booking. I know, Wade. Look, literally they canceled our MSCC side for July 25th. What was it, guys? A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
It was something. It was 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more than 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah, so I know. I feel your pain there, Wade. I am sorry, buddy. I've got my fingers crossed for you. Thank you so much for your support as well tonight. And then the man with the plan, Gary, how are you? Are you in Atlanta still? I hope that you are feeling better, my friend. We've got a $50 PayPal from Gary Krebs. He says, I just don't have anything to say. So he's here. I saw everybody was wanting to know if Gary was in here. He is, in fact, in here. He just doesn't have anything to say tonight, okay? But, Gary, it's good to have you. He must be tired. I hope that you're feeling better, buddy. Do let us know, how are things going? Are you still down in Atlanta? I do trust and hope that you're feeling at least a little bit better. We've also got Tammy Chapman. Tammy Chapman with a $10 PayPal says, this is to help out with your candles for your special dinner with Lauren. Hugs. Thanks, Mr. Peter, for the link. Big hugs to you, too. Thank you so much to Tammy Chapman there at $10.
That needs to come to me because those were my candles.
I think that's why she did it, so that I could get my own. I think that's why she did it.
Because you used all mine.
And actually, Josh, you just had another $10 on there asking what cruise line were we thinking about when we go to Hawaii.
Yep. So very good, Papa Hocum. Papa Hocum just said that one from Michelle Downey. Says, Mama H, what cruise line are you thinking about taking for your Hawaii trip, or is it just a trip, not a cruise? Mama Hocum, in 1 minute or less, go ahead and give the details. Details you can give.
We actually looked at this on Sunday, and we've been planning out, we wanted to do Norwegian Spirit of America. Out of Oahu, to fly there so we could spend some extra time in Oahu, but it's probably going to end up just being a land trip and not a cruise. As much as I wanted to, it's just
a cruise would be awesome.
Yeah,
but with five of us going, it would take almost everything we have budgeted just for the cruise. And that doesn't even include getting there.
So that's kind of a little bit of a leak, I guess, if you want to say.
Don't say no more. 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 Say no more. Say no more.
Okay, let people's minds blow there.
Just let them stir and fester. That's right. Okay, so that is Hawaii, and Mama, of course, you're using that 5-star travel agent. Who was that again?
It's some kid that lives across the street here named Josh.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're using that 5-star
and he's a wonderful travel agent.
Oh, you're too nice. I'll pay you later. Gary Krebs, another $5 Wait, no, he did two. Okay, no, now they're having a little bidding wars. Gary did a $5 PayPal. He says, upping Frank. And then Frank just donated another $5, and he says, Gary, I will match your $5. Oh my goodness, can we get blackjack? Where's Scott Wilson at?
Really?
Thank you both so much for your... Thank you so much for your support tonight, for your PayPals. I certainly do appreciate it, guys. But yeah, no, the buffets, I think, are probably a big hindrance for the cruise lines resuming. You know, I don't see them just shutting them down. I don't. And I said it last week that the buffets, we really could have an entire discussion. And maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe we'll discuss, you know, what's going to look different. You know, could you do without a buffet, things like that. Maybe we'll do that next week. I may potentially have something else to talk about next week, but then again, I may not.
I don't know at this point what we're
knows?
doing or where we're going.
And Josh, think of this. You know, adults could potentially social distance on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the times, you know, on the cruises, there are kids.
Right.
Those children are not going to social distance going down the water slide in the fun zone.
And you, working at a pool, you totally understand that because having to do that.
Well,
for
and
the
good thing about that is according to the CDC and according to, you know, many of the health surveys and statistics and things like that, the transmission between children and the mortality rate between children is low. So that's good. That is a little bit comforting. It's much higher in adults and especially elder, senior citizens, things like that. So the transmission for kids is good.
I think cruising is a little bit different from like a land vacation because you are stuck with those people for the set amount of days. So like with a land vacation, if someone comes down with COVID at Disney, they say, well, you can't come into Disney anymore. If someone comes down with COVID midday or mid-cruise, you're still cruising with that person for the remainder of your cruise.
With that air vent system.
Right.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's the fact that you live with these people versus
for a week you're living with 6,000 people.
And what choice do you have, Peter? Give them a hammock and tell them to sleep on deck? I mean, you have the same ventilation system.
Put them down on a lifeboat and tell them to go find the closest.
Drag the lifeboat out behind. You know,
That's right. We've got several super chats backed up again. My gosh, you guys are killing it with the super chats tonight. Thank you so much.
Supplementing your unemployment. There you go.
DT Fort says, hope my cruise on Carnival Horizon is on August 30th with a $2 super chat. I sure hope it. I hope it is, man. August 30th for Carnival, I think they could, but then again, you could be right at the cutoff. You could end up just like us, we were for MSC Seaside, and you know you could just miss it. You know they could maybe
the last cruise of July.
Yeah, maybe they resume September 1st or something, and you would just miss it. I hope that's not the case for you, though. I will keep my fingers crossed for you. Gary, he says, I call and raise you $5. He has donated once again for another PayPal. He says, I call and raise you $5. My gosh, you are hilarious. Gary, I love you, buddy. You're absolutely hilarious. And then Stephen Taylor, a $10 super chat. He says, I work in a hospital and now only one visitor for adult patients. Parents only for NICU and pediatric patients under 18. Cases are still on the rise. They are, and that's why it's, you know, we don't want to hit too hard on the whole scary big words like social distancing and lockdowns and things like that, because like I said, guys, I'm sure if you watch the news, you hear that stuff all day, and that's not why we're here. I'm not here to make your life more stressful. I want to make it more happy, more fun, and more bubbly, okay? So we're not going to talk about that nasty, scary stuff. But we would be foolish. I mean, we would be foolish not to acknowledge it, because that is unfortunately our current state and our current reality. So just know that much like every oddball corporation has sent you in their email in the last 3 months, we are all in this together. And so just stick with it, and we will get through it. I promise.
I'll say in response to Stephen. I'll say in response to Stephen, for our hospital, we're kind of in the same. I'm just saying, we're kind of in the same that, you know, but we don't even allow visitors in adult units right now.
I was getting ready to say, that's an improvement, honestly. The fact that they're allowing visitors, even just one, that's an improvement.
We're not even, they're allowed to have visitors, of course, in labor and delivery, that the father of the baby is allowed to be there.
Sure.
NICU and pediatrics.
Sure.
And then if there's a special circumstance, like I did have someone who had a special needs adult patient that the parent had to stay with them. So, certain circumstances like that, but other than that, basic visitors, no one's allowed in the building yet.
And Josh, back, where I work, all visitation has been canceled for like 2 months.
Right.
We have been in the last few weeks getting a few transfers from facility to facility.
Right.
But because of increase in
Cases
again, as of today, they have suspended all camp transfers again.
Right.
I mean,
So
even
he's
when
he's
they came
basically
in,
on lockdown
everybody
again.
come in the building was put on a 14-day quarantine with temperature checks twice a day and isolation.
Right.
But as of today, they have suspended all those. And so the only one they are going in and out now is essential appointments and releases.
Well, and I think it's also important to, think about we talk about the unfortunate thing of cases on the rise, which is, like I said, that's a news story. That's not what we're going to talk about here on Cruise Talk Live. That's what you can tune into your local news at 11 p.m. for. However, it does affect where you potentially would embark and disembark your cruise. And so that's another thing, another possibility I could see is maybe, and we talked about this before, but maybe certain ports resume and certain ports don't. New York, I do not see resuming with, Galveston and Charleston, Florida, things like that. California, I don't really see potentially resuming at the same time.
Partially locked down, yeah.
Right. So, if you're wondering, is your cruise going to happen, I would research where it's sailing out of and then where it's sailing to, because that was the other reason that Norwegian stated. I'll put it up one more time for you guys. When they canceled us yesterday, you'll see that on down, they actually noted the fact that some of the ports and destinations that they would be visiting are not ready to receive guests. And so because of that, they had to make the unfortunate decision to go ahead and further extend that pause in operations. Research where you're going, research where you're leaving from, and that, then maybe you can form a percentage guess of where you could be, whether you could be sailing and cruising or not. But another unfortunate, well, it's good for them, bad for us. Another unfortunate sign that I don't think things are going to be happening for Carnival Cruise Lines in August. Several cruise director friends. Tom, if you're still in here, I'm going to talk about them for a second. Several cruise director friends of mine have been getting land jobs as recently as this week. Really, really cool shout out to several cruise directors. Let's see, we've got Leon, Cookie, No-No, and Schwartz are currently for the summer, they announced it yesterday, they're going to be working at the Margaritaville Resort. I believe it's in Houston, Texas. They're all going to be working there. I thought it was really, really cool that they all kind of got to link up and work, and they're with Jamie D too. If any of you guys had sailed in the past with Jamie D, I believe they're working at the same area or location as Jamie D. So that's really fun and cool there. I'm glad that they were able to get back together, part of that Carnival family, that cruise director family. They were all able to kind of work at the same resort there in Texas. But like I said, they got that, I believe it was like this week. So I don't think that they would be accepting a job position here on land if they were planning to go back to the sea really, really soon.
I seen that post of all them that said first day, and I was like, first day for what?
Yeah, so I actually messaged Schwartz, and that's what's going on with them. So they are working at a resort, a Margaritaville.
You sure it's the one in Texas and not the one down here? Because we just got one down here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the one in Texas. I swear he said the one in Texas.
Okay.
I can look really quick, but I'm pretty sure it was the one in Texas. Let me just pull him up really quick. Schwartz. He's such a cool guy. If you guys have not sailed with Steven Schwartz, then you definitely should. Yeah, it's Conroe, Texas. They're going to be working at the Margaritaville on Lake Conroe, Conroe. So that is where they are at, and good for them. I know that this has definitely been tough on them. I mean, they were basically they were thrown right in the middle of it, and then rushed off of their ship and sent home early with their contracts canceled and not knowing when they're going to go back to work. Obviously, not having a paycheck.
And they're still in the process of sending folks home too. I mean, You know, if they were getting ready to start back up, I would think they would be trying to bring people back to get them trained with all of the new, you know, things that they're going to have to do on the ship.
Right. So once again, our super chats get backed up, and I want to come over and talk in the chat a little bit too. So I want to say thanks to, right now on screen, we've got, who is that? Is that Britt? Britt has donated a $5 super chat. Says, Josh, how about a trip to Miami and Disney in lieu of a cruise this year? Britt, anything is possible at this point, love. I'm really just looking at airlines and airports and the safety of that and interacting with a lot of different passengers. I want to have some more confidence that that's going to be okay before I go ahead and...
Trust me, he's already been looking at a lot of airlines and ports and places.
I have, and flying to destinations. I said, well, you know, if we can't cruise to it, we sure can fly to it. So,
and then booking and canceling and
yeah, well, more booking and canceling, but later date on that.
Yeah.
We had a PayPal about 5 minutes ago from Frank Mueller, another $10. He says, I'll see your call. A $10 PayPal there from Frank. You guys are hilarious. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for your love and support tonight. I appreciate you so much. We've got BCRP Police Fire Gaming says, I am hoping to go on my cruise on August 23rd from Miami. I will keep my fingers crossed for you. Miami is a hot spot, though, as you know. I would love to take a trip down to Miami myself.
Of course, if you get to go, Joshua wants to be your carry-on. He'll fold himself into a suitcase.
That is right. I will fold myself however small I need to fold myself. Another $10 super chat from Gloria Marcano. She says, hoping that Carnival does cruises in September. Booked on the Breeze, leaving September the 12th. Listen, September, I think you got a better chance right now. I'm not saying it's completely out, but I think you definitely got a better chance than August. I know all of you August folks.
Did you see what just happened tonight? It was in the comments of people. Carnival just pulled on their website August and September cruises, so you can no longer.
There it is. So guys, just for a little.
Happened.
Just for a little
just
tip
happened like
for you.
5 minutes ago.
Just for a little tip for you. When that happens, usually that means that they're about to further cancel cruises.
Yep.
That actually happened Thursday last week. So like our cruise, mine and Peter's cruise, Norwegian, I had several of you guys message me, say you wanted to go. I went to pull it up Thursday morning and it was gone. And I was like, that's weird. Did the ship sell out overnight? And here we are. So,
The first date that you can book a Carnival cruise as of right now is October 1st.
Gosh.
I just checked the website.
2025, right, Peter?
I am so sorry.
And just watch
about that.
Josh just start bawling if it's 2025.
It better not be 2025. It better not be. And then I love you, Gary. Wild About My Life did a $5 super sticker. Thank you so much for that. And then Gary, he did a $1 PayPal. He says, I'm not going to support you anymore. That's a load of bunk, LOL. About cruises not resuming until, in September. I know, Gary. I know, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and this is something that like we do need to know. These cruises aren't canceled; they just can't be booked right now. But like Josh said, that's what happened to us. They pulled them from the site, and then a few days later,
so nothing's official yet. But
it's canceled.
Nothing is canceled. Don't start submitting for your future cruise credit or your refund. Nothing is canceled.
I'll say I won't be the Debbie Downer on this, but I will say for 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
We would be considered in the October cruises.
Right.
So
right. So if they
even
cancel
though
October,
the bulk
we
of the
could
cruise is
potentially
November.
Right. If
We
they
sell out
cancel
October 31st.
we could in fact still get canceled, unfortunately. So yeah, that like I said, that's why it's definitely on our radar. And then we had one more from Tracy D's, a $10 super chat. She says, thanks for keeping us entertained, Josh. Thank you so much, Tracy. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you for your support tonight. Let's see what the commenters are saying. Let's see what you guys are thinking in the chat.
I was going to respond to one of them. One of them did want to ask if Papa Hocum has been tested for COVID. Because of where he's going in and out and things like that. And people had actually put on there and said, has Papa been tested himself? He has not.
And the answer is, right now, no.
He is scanned every day.
Every single day, our temperature is taken before we're allowed.
Well, that's good. Right, sure. Okay, all right. If you've gotten tested, oh my gosh, grace to you. I hear it is not pleasant. LP Your Baby says, my cruise is still showing up in the app so far. That is good for you. I hope that it stays there. Frank says, LOL Gary. Alicia says, I think all sailings from all the lines will be canceled this year. I'm just being honest. And Alicia, you bring up a very fair point. You bring up a very fair point, and one that I have actually been racking in my brain myself. Is could they really just cancel all of 2020? You know, that's kind of what was in the thumbnail of tonight's video. Could all of 2020 really be canceled? Honestly, I don't know. I think it's possible at this point. You know, like I said, if you'd have asked me that last week, I would have said no way. But I don't know at this point. Peter, what do you think? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Do you think that all of 2020 could really be canceled? Is he there? Did he get dropped? This is the greatest image. Look at what it's frozen on for him. Hi, Peter. Oh, no. Not again. Okay, well, while we wait for Peter to come back, we'll just keep... Look, at least he's smiling. At least he's not got like a weird look on his face. That is hilarious. Okay, well, I was gonna get Peter's opinion, but instead I'll get Papa Hocum's opinion. Do you think that cruising could really be finished for 2020? Do you think that they're done, or? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Huh? Oh, now you can. That's right, because it was pulling from Peter's audio. Now you should be able to hear. Sorry about that. Go ahead and say that again, Papa Hocum.
Let's back up. Let's back up. I said, I think that people actually want to get back on to cruising, and I think the cruise ships want them back because of the business and the revenue, and because they just enjoy their job. But in order to get all the safety precautions in place and everything that needs to be done.
They still can't hear us.
They can hear you now, Mama. The chat is delayed, baby. The
okay.
chat is delayed.
They can't.
No, the chat is delayed. The chat is delayed. They can hear you now.
I don't know. I don't think it will. But I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear day by day and see.
Right. I think that's about where I'm at this point as well. You know, I'm hopeful that it will be able to cruise sometime in 2020. I hope that our October cruise in 2020 happens. But honestly, nothing would surprise me at this point. Nothing would surprise me, and that's sad. That's unfortunate. I hate that. I hate that we are at that point, you know, with the cruising. But such is life, you know. We have to roll with the punches.
That's 2020 for you. I mean,
yeah, that's a great one there, Dad. That is 2020
I saw the other day, and I said, remember, this year when the ball drops in New York, instead of everybody hollering Happy New Year, everybody needs to holler Jumanji.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, right. So that we make sure we don't go through this again for 2021. Hopefully. Oh my gosh, that would be. I have not. I've rung him twice. I really think Colby the cat probably pulled his internet, unfortunately. So we'll just have to wait for him to restart his internet back up, and then.
Okay, here's your first and only one for tonight. That would be a catastrophe, wouldn't it? Sorry, that's the only one for tonight.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to tell the
Mama,
chat.
you're way too excited
I'm
about
going to
that.
tell the chat right now that I seriously considered getting Papa Hocum for Father's Day and his birthday. There's a book at Target that says dad jokes. It's a whole book of dad jokes, and I started to get it so he could just read them.
No, don't give him more
I don't
ideas.
repeat other people's dad jokes. They come from me spontaneously.
Oh, that is hilarious, Dad. Peter thinks that's hilarious. Look at him on the screen. Look at that smile. He thinks that's absolutely hilarious. That's
looks like
great.
the Check-Our cat.
Yeah, that's great.
Somebody said it looks
I think we can actually see Colby in the background there. Look at like the back right behind his ear. Is that Colby?
It might be.
I think it really might be. Bless his heart. Oh my goodness. Julia St. John says, oh man, not another cruise. So much for my dirty 30 this year. I am so sorry. And then Lady Joy A says, my cruise app still showed for me the day of that I was on board when it was canceled a week before. Oh man, I bet that was torture, wasn't it, hon? I bet that was straight up torture. Lovers HCP says, a $5 super chat we just saw right here on screen says, I miss cruising. I do too. A shout out to my fiance, JB. He is the best ever. Shout out to you, JB. Thank you so much to Lovers HCP and JB for watching and hanging out with us tonight. You know, I really wanted Peter to be here for our Royal Caribbean trivia, but I don't know that he's going to be able to make it.
Because Jim has no clue. He's never been on Royal.
This is crazy. I know. So it's really going to be like a Mama Hocum and Josh duet, but whatever.
Maybe we can delay it till next week since we're going to maybe just talk about cruises. Maybe we can just delay it a week.
Maybe.
Because we've talked a lot tonight about this, you know? I mean, it's been a lot of chat tonight.
Right. Gary Heavens with another $2 super chat. He says, this is for you because I was late. Well, thank you so much for that, Gary Heavens.
Peter says he's coming back.
Okay, good, because I really wanted to do the, trivia. So should I ring him again?
I don't know, but Robbie just commented on here and says, I'm supposed to be on the Norwegian Pearl right now, and my app keeps reminding me to make my dining reservations for tonight.
Oh, that's awful. I hate that. I really do hate that. Oh, man. That's awful. Gabriel, good question here, says, what is going to be Group Cruise 4.0? You may see me. Gabriel, no plans for that yet. I haven't bothered to plan anything until I know that we're certainly going to be sailing in... He
hasn't even planned anything else yet for the panorama.
I haven't, because I would love to, and me and Miss Kay were talking about this the other night. I would love to be able to plan excursions and the hotel, but it's honestly, it would be premature, I think, at this point. Because we just don't know, and I don't want to get everybody's hopes up even higher when we're not, sure that we're going to sail and we're not sure that we're going to cruise yet. So I'm giving it a little bit more time before I start looking. Obviously, at some point, we will have to start booking excursions and hotels and things like that.
Camel rides.
But I don't think that we're there yet. Mama, I have no idea why you said that, because nobody else knows that. No, but nobody knows that except you.
I know.
Nobody. If you guys don't know, Mama Hocum has like a obsession, an unhealthy obsession with camels. I think Papa Hocum can attest to that. She's
got over 200 of them.
Yeah, she has an obsession.
By now.
Not live camels. She doesn't have camels in her backyard, guys. She has little figurines and everything. They don't have 200. They don't own a camel farm here in North Carolina. That would not be. That wouldn't be something you see every day, would it? Kay Palmer says, Mama Hocum was buffering. Guys, we're at the mercy of the internet gods, so it may buffer from time to time. Did Peter say, is he coming back, or are we gonna?
He said he was, but I don't know.
I mean, should I'm gonna ring him one more time, and then I think we're just gonna have to move on. We're gonna go ahead and do the trivia, because I told everybody we're doing the trivia tonight, so we're gonna do the trivia tonight. And maybe Peter can just play along with us in the chat. So while we're ringing Peter, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So for all of you Royal Caribbean fans, this will be our last activity of the night, and then we'll say ciao. For all of you Royal Caribbean fans, you Royal Caribbean lovers, I've got a treat for you tonight. We do, in fact, have some Royal Caribbean trivia for you. So I've got the questions. You guys are going to give the answers. And, yeah, we're going to have a good old time with it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring myself on. You guys can still hear Mama Hocum and Papa Hocum, but they'll be off camera, off screen for you. He said, I see Frank's comment. He says, Josh, he said he was coming back twice, but nothing yet. Yeah, I still don't have him on my screen, unfortunately, so. I think so. I don't know what's going on. Jeff Cruzador says, since we're open here in Florida, we should just have a theme park adventure group here in Orlando. I know, right? That would be so fun. Gary Krebs says, I'm sorry? Oh, I know. That wouldn't be very good for social distancing. Yeah, right. Right. All right, let's go ahead and get going with our first question of the night. Gary Krebs, I know you're going to enjoy this one, buddy. All right, Royal Caribbean trivia. Which is the oldest made Royal Caribbean cruise ship? Is it the Radiance of the Seas, Freedom of the Seas, Explorer of the Seas, or the Empress of the Seas? We'll start it off kind of easy for you guys. Write your comment in the chat. First one to get it and get it correct is the winner chicken dinner of that question. Which is the oldest made Royal Caribbean cruise ship? Is it the Radiance of the Seas, the Freedom of the Seas, the Explorer of the Seas, or the Empress of the Seas? We've got the answer in 3, 2, 1. Kay Palmer, you got it right. It is the Empress of the Seas. Ding, 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 ding. I wish I had like a little Dell. We'll do an anchor squeak. How about that? Yeah. So you are... Oh, yay! Okay, we're going to pull away from trivia for just a second. Peter, you haven't missed much, buddy. We just started the trivia. What happened?
The computer just died.
What? What?
It was not the cat. The cat is actually sleeping in his little cat tower right now.
We were sure it was Colby the cat. Wow.
We had said he was holding you hostage or something.
No.
Yeah. Wow. There was the most beautiful image of you frozen on the screen. It was quite comical. It was really
it was
good.
a creepy smile. It was
Yeah. So Peter, we're playing trivia right now. We're playing the Royal Caribbean trivia, and the first question was, which is the oldest made Royal Caribbean cruise ship? And the answer was the Empress of the Seas. I don't understand why. I'm going to bring Peter's audio back now so that everything should be good for that. You can't see Mama Hocum, guys, but you should be able to hear her. All right, here. You know what? Let me see. It may be a little bunched up on the screen, but let me put them on the screen. The whole gang is going to be up here with us having a good old time, all right? All right, so they're on the screen. All right, question number next one. What is the current largest ship in the world, cruise ship in the world? Is it the Oasis of the Seas, the Symphony of the Seas, the Allure of the Seas, or the Harmony of the Seas? Go ahead and write your answer in the chat. Mama Hocum and Peter and Papa Hocum, you guys can play along too. Just make sure you write your answer in the chat. Don't say it out loud for me. Who is going to be the first one to get it? We've got the answer for you. Is it Oasis, Symphony, Allure, or Harmony?
I love Thomas's response.
Hold on, Mama Hocum. If you guessed Symphony of the Seas, you are correct. Ding, 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 ding. Let me see who was the first person. Jack, the first person in the chat, also got the answer correct. Let me see. What did Tom say? Thomas said Panorama. I love you, Tom. I love you. You are hilarious, sir. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, my gosh. That's great. That is great. All right. Question number next one. Symphony of the Seas boasts a whopping blank eateries on board. How many eateries, how many restaurants, how many places to grab a bite is there on Symphony of the Seas? Is it 23, 22, 21, or 20? Is it 23, 22, 21, or 20? Mama Hocum, what do you think? How many places to eat on board Symphony of the Seas? You think 23? Peter, what about you? What do you think?
I'm going to say the highest number because that ship is so big, 23.
All right, 23. Papa Hocum, what about you? What do you think?
I would say 23, even though I've never been on.
All right, he's going to say 23 too. Guys, if you guessed 23, you would be correct. That is right, the Symphony of the Seas. Guys, a whopping 23 eateries on board. Can you even think of 23 restaurants right now in your head? Can you think of 23 places to eat? I can't. It would take me a good solid minute. And there's that many on board Symphony of the Seas. That is absolutely crazy. So there you have it. There is that question. Let's go to question numero 4. Numero 4, another number question. Royal Caribbean currently has blank. How many ships sailing in its fleet? Royal Caribbean currently has how many ships sailing in its fleet? Is it 23, 24, 25, or 26? Royal Caribbean currently has how many ships sailing in its fleet? Peter, what you thinking?
I'm just going to match what we said for the eateries and say 23.
Okay, all right. You like the
I'm gonna
lucky
say
number
25.
23. Papa Hocum saying
I'm gonna
25,
say
Mama Hocum?
26 because I think they want to up Carnival.
Okay, all right. So she's thinking they want to up Carnival. Let's see what the chat is saying. Who got it
They're
first?
going all over the place.
Let me see.
I'm thinking 23, 24, 26, 25.
I see.
Let
The
me see.
first person that got the correct answer, if you guessed that Royal Caribbean currently has 26 ships sailing in its fleet, you guessed correct. And the first person to guess that,
Mama.
is it Penny Heavens? Did anybody guess before Penny? Oh my God, oh my God. Brad Jackson, you win the comment of the night. Brad Jackson says, none right now. I love it!
Actually, Josh Thomas Pinnock said the same thing. He said
Yeah.
0 are sailing right now.
Zero is
my
correct.
God. And Tammy Chapman said that as well. Sherry Dunsworth, I think, was the first person to say 26, though. What I meant by that is Royal Caribbean is currently building, several ships, but I didn't want you guys to confuse that number and maybe think otherwise. So, yeah, currently
Right,
sailing.
Number 27 is under construction.
Yeah, 27 is under construction right now. The Wonder of the Seas, I believe. It's going to be going to China, over to the Chinese market. And then eventually, I'm sure it'll make its way over here to the U.S. Question number next one. The Purple Slide, spanning 10 decks at the aft of Symphony of the Seas, is called the Serpent's Slide, the Ultimate Abyss, Purple Waves, or the Anglerfish. The Purple Slide, spanning 10 decks at the aft of Symphony of the Seas, is called the Serpent Slide, the Ultimate Abyss, Purple Waves, or the Anglerfish. Mama Hocum, what do you think?
I already typed it in.
Okay, Mama Hocum typed it in. Let me jump down here. All right. I don't see
I'm
your
going to
comment.
say we have an unfair advantage because this is happening before the chat sees it. So.
Well, no, but you guys don't see it. Oh, yeah, no, Mama Hocum, you can't claim the credit. Maybe, yeah, Mama Hocum, how about you wait 30 seconds before you type your comment and answer? That way you don't give it to everybody. But if you guessed the Serpent Slide, you would be incorrect. It's actually the Ultimate Abyss. The Ultimate Abyss is the name of the Purple Slide at the aft of the ship, and Mr. Peter got the opportunity to take a ride down it when he did a ship tour a couple months ago. Peter, how was it?
I did. I smacked my head, but it was fun. It was fun. Now the slide is kind of confusing because you would think you would sit up the whole time,
Right.
Or at least I thought that. But actually, they don't tell you this. When you go down on the mat, you're supposed to lay backwards and pull the rug like towards, just like this, basically.
Right.
And I didn't know that, so I went down the first drop, and I went back like that, and my head hit the slide.
Oh, gosh.
It was a stressful experience.
Precisely another reason why that's something else I won't be writing.
Yeah. And you guys know who the first person got this one was none other than G himself. Gary Krebs got that one correct first. Kudos to you, sir.
You don't count.
You don't count. Thank you, Papa Hocum. You don't count. You don't count. Question number next
Did you read
one.
Thomas's? Thomas said new ship is going to be called the Cancellation of the Seas.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. He's not wrong, is he? He's not wrong. The question next one, number 6. The Empress of the Seas, Royal's smallest ship, can hold how many passengers? Is it 2,540, 2,360, 2,270, or 2,200? The Empress of the Seas, Royal's smallest ship, can hold how many passengers? Is it 2,540, 2,360, 2,270, or 2,200? How many passengers can Empress of the Seas hold? What are we thinking, Peter?
I would say since it's the smallest ship, I'm going to pick the smallest number.
Okay.
2,200.
Right. And do 2,200. Mama Hocum, what about you?
I was thinking 2,200.
You're thinking 22. Papa Hocum, what about you?
I'd say the 2340.
2360?
2360. Yeah.
2360. Okay, so we've got 22, 22, and 2360. If you guessed 2540, you would be incorrect. The correct answer is 2270. 2270 is how many passengers the Empress of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's smallest cruise ship, can hold. For comparison, guys, Symphony of the Seas, which is the rendering that you're seeing on the screen, is that Symphony? Yeah, that's Symphony, I believe, where it's an Oasis class, can hold like 6,000 up. Quite the difference, and that's not including crew members either. That is just passengers. Quite the difference there. Their oldest ship to their newest ship.
We've been on that ship. You don't feel like it's 6,000 people.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
Yeah,
Not
Laura,
at all.
I never felt like there was six. Even on when we was like the only line really that we experienced, I felt like was at Labadee.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
And even then, I didn't feel like it was 6,000.
Yeah.
They did a really great job of moving people around.
They really do. They really do.
Kristen Henry, I love that. She guessed alternative this, and then she said, how did I even know that? I guess she's never cruised on Royal. Great guess. You had an absolutely excellent guess there, Kristen. Very, very good job to you. You got yourself a point on the leaderboard. All right, we got 2 more questions for you guys.
All right,
hang in
someone
there.
else said it was also Quarantine of the Seas.
Quarantine of the Seas. That's a funny one. That is a funny one for sure.
Just another little funny fact, though. Going back 100 years ago, the grand ship, the Titanic,
right?
It held 1,500 passengers.
There you go. There's a comparison. 1,500 compared to 6,000.
And you should go and see some of the pictures of the Allure as compared to the Titanic in front of it. It looks like one of the Allure's lifeboats.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Definitely. Question number next one. Which ship received an over $1 billion with a B, guys, dollar Royal Amplification project in spring of 2020? Was it Anthem of the Seas, Freedom of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, or Liberty of the Seas? Which ship received an over $1 billion Royal Amplification project in the spring of 2020? We've got Anthem, Freedom, Wonder, or Liberty to choose from. Let's go with Papa Hocum first. What do you think?
I've got this. It's the Wonder, because now they're saying, wonder why we spent all that money on this ship and went nowhere.
That's very good. That's right.
There you go.
I like Thomas. Thomas put Repair of the Seas.
Tom, you are killing it tonight, dude. You are killing it. Oh my gosh. Get your joke book started.
Oscars from her.
Huh?
Lady Joy A said, Josh, you really didn't announce I won that. I've now had 2 Oscars stolen from me.
Oh, Lady Joy, everybody gets a round of applause for Lady Joy. I am Love Bug, to tell you the honest truth, I was scrolling trying to figure out who got it first, and I couldn't find it. The comments were like too close together, and my chat kept jumping. So I was really hoping somebody would speak up and say who won.
Oh, Josh, that's only 1 round of applause for her. Here's the second one.
Oh, yeah, now you got 2, yes. And please accept your Oscar in the form of an anchor squeak. Thank you so much there.
I'm going to get him that book. That's all there is to it.
That's right. All right, so the answer to this one, which ship received an over $1 billion Royal Amplification project in spring of 2020? Peter, what did you think? What did you guess?
I'd say Freedom of the Seas.
You'd say Freedom. And Mama, what did you guess?
I'm torn between Wonder and Anthem.
Okay, all right, so she's torn between Wonder and Anthem. Well, if you guessed Freedom of the Seas, you would be correct. Freedom of the Seas.
$1 billion?
Over $1 billion Royal Amplification project.
They do have the Freedom of the Seas. They're not going nowhere.
That's right. That's right. It was due to actually be sailing out of San Juan over the summer season now, and unfortunately it's not able to do that. But yeah, it got a very nice upgrade. Definitely take a Google search to some pictures of it. Looks absolutely stunning. And the last and final question for our Royal Caribbean trivia for tonight. I hope you guys have had fun with it. What is the open air area full of live plants called on Oasis class ships? Is it Central Gardens, Creative Livings, Imagination Gardens, or Central Park? What is the open air area full of live plants called on all Oasis class ships? Would it be the Central Gardens, the Creative Livings, the Imagination Gardens, or the Central Park? What do you got, Peter?
I have to say, Josh, if you have made some of these up, you should be working for Royal Caribbean, because there's much better names here than what the actual name is.
I made up every single one of these questions tonight, actually.
My
so
gosh.
Thank you so much for that, Peter. I certainly do appreciate your kind comment. What do we got, guys? Who is going to be the first one to win this one?
The first one?
Let me see. Well, if you guessed...
It looks like
Frank Mueller.
If you guessed Central Park, then you got it right. Frank Mueller, you are the winner. Chicken dinner, dude. Kudos to you. I am so happy that you guys played along with us tonight. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was a fun little Royal Caribbean trivia game. We'll definitely do more in the future. I think that you guys really do like the trivias. If you do, make sure that you let me know in the comments. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up for me. Let me know that you've enjoyed the video tonight. You've had fun. You digged the content that we were doing around here.
Gary has a question on here. Gary said, here's a hard one. Why is the ice rink on deck 3?
That's a good question, Gary. Why is the ice rink on? You know what? Actually, if I had to guess, probably because maybe the coolant systems and the air conditionings, maybe it's housed lower in the ship. And
maybe.
So, or maybe for the stability of the performers, because the lower in a ship you are and the more central, the less the rock is. So maybe it's
and it could also be because cold air sinks, which it doesn't take as much energy to keep it cold at a lower elevation.
This is also very true. Look at that. We just gave you like 3 answers there, Gary. You just pick one. You pick your favorite. Thank you so much.
Gave you a super chat.
I know. Gary Heavens did a $2 super chat. He says, this is for you because I was late. Thank you so much to that. And then we also had Cody P just now with the super chat. A $5. He says, Thomas has jokes tonight. I think Scott Wilson hacked Thomas's YouTube account. LOL. I know we've missed Scott Wilson in here tonight. He would have definitely enjoyed tonight's show.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you so much to that, Cody. I certainly do appreciate you. Let me just check PayPal one more time.
Shauna says to check PayPal.
Okay. All right, let me see. Yep, we do have a $10 PayPal from Shauna Williams. Wow, this is awesome. She says, I just want to say, Josh, how proud I am of you for how far you have come since the beginning of your vlogs. I thoroughly enjoy watching you and Peter and have rewatched several of your cruises together because you keep me laughing. I love how authentic you guys are. I will say I am dying for more vlogs, hopefully soon. As far as crying myself, I would even take a 7-day cruise if it's just stayed at sea. I know, I think many of us would as well. She says, LOL, always supporting you. P.S. So excited. Get to see Peter 2 times in 1 week on live. Can't wait to meet the Hocum Peter G fam one day. Your LOL. Love y'all. That is so awesome. Thank you so much to that. That is a huge
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and guys,
Frank Mueller just said, Happy Father's Day. If you're a father, Frank, right back at you. Hope you have a blessed, wonderful day.
Well,
as well as all the fathers out there.
Well, hold on just a second. You guys are jumping the gun on me. I did want to say Peter G also has been doing some lives down there at Universal. So make sure you head over and check out his channel. They did an 8-hour stream the other day, guys. All around Universal Orlando Studios.
It was a two-part stream.
So make sure that you definitely go over to his channel, Extra Magic. He's going to drop his channel right now in the chat section for you. Make sure that you go over and check that out for me. You'll have a lot of fun watching his videos, and maybe he'll help you transport to the theme parks virtually, you know? And
yeah,
then
lastly, that's the only way I can ride the rides now is virtually through Peter.
That's right. And lastly, we definitely want to say a big happy Father's Day, a very big happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. If you are watching this and you are a dad to be, you are a former dad. A very, very happy Father's Day to you. My hat is off to you. I wish you a day full of love with your family or your children or your wife or maybe just a day doing what you love, whether that be going fishing or going outside, maybe going for a walk, a bike ride, maybe it's building a birdhouse. Whatever it is, I hope that you have a fantastic day and a very special Father's Day to my father, Papa Hocum. A very, very happy Father's Day to my daddy of 22 years. The only dad that I've ever known, thankfully, and always been an amazing father to me. I don't know what I would have done without you. So, with that being said, guys, we are going to go ahead.
The following day.
Oh yeah, then the following day, my dad is turning 38. So he's celebrating a birthday. He's turning 38. Yeah, so we want to say a happy birthday.
I can't even remember 38. Never mind turning 38.
Well, I was nice to you, buddy. Okay, so
I will
can pay me later.
52, and thankfully at 52, I still have all my hair, and it's mostly. brown. Still have all my teeth. No surgeries planned this year.
None this year. I took all that.
Yeah. So, it's going to be his birthday on Monday. So, a very big happy birthday to you as well, guys. Look, I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed the show tonight. I hope you found it fun. I hope you found it informative. I hope that it relieved a little bit of that stress that we all have got going on right now. If it did, please do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button for me if you have not already. It literally takes 2 seconds. It's right down below this video. And if you've already done that, make sure you share this with a friend. Bring some people into the channel. Share out the cruise vlogs, okay? I know everybody's looking for a vacation right now, and I've got it for you virtually. So make sure you help me out and share it out with all your friends out on your Facebook pages. Let's get some new people added to the JH crew, okay? I want to say a very big special thank you to our moderators, as always.
His PayPal.
I didn't get his PayPal. Let me go over and look at it. Let me see, Tom. Hold on, buddy.
Okay. And while you're doing that, Mr. Cruise Fever wanted to know, have you heard, is Carnival canceling August and September? We don't know.
I do not know. Yes, I do not know.
Hey, Josh?
I see this from Thomas Piddock. He says, thank you, Josh, for a great show. Wow, what a perfect ending to the show. A $50 PayPal. Thank you so much, Tom. I love you. I appreciate you, buddy. You are awesome. Each and every one of you guys are awesome, and thank you so much for watching tonight. That is going to do it for tonight on Cruise Talk Live. I hope to see you right back here next week, Wednesday. Other than that, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Like I said, you better be back next week, Wednesday. Bye-bye, everybody.
Be free.